Hi everybody, it's Admonani. Welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you are subscribed and also do like the video. So listen, you guys, listen. Remember Bucie? Yes, Bucie, one of our singers who can sing. Okay, because in South Africa we do have singers that cannot sing, and we don't bother them. Okay, we listen, we don't judge. But Bucie is one of those that can actually sing. Okay. So Bucie, last year I did a story where the Sunday World honey was reporting that she was separated from her husband and that she was getting a divorce. It had been some time that her and her husband were allegedly living in separate homes and they had filed for divorce. Rumors were that the husband was not happy with how Bucie was behaving as a married man. He had said, honey, that he had tried to guide her on how to be as a married woman. And he had said, allegedly, that Bucie listens to her friends more than she listens to him. Probably because he speaks nonsense, but I'm just saying, okay? So that Bucie, that husband, that's the husband we are going to talk about, because the Sunday World is saying that Bucie's estranged hubby, because they are not divorced yet. So we cannot put the ex before the hubby, okay? But we can put the estranged because he is at this point a stranger. You know why he is a stranger? Because he already has a 6-month-old baby. Yes. So Bucie's estranged husband is to sue the SAPS for bombing his house. Okay? Now, you guys, I was like, what? What happened? Okay? Now, I was like, okay, I need to go and find out what had happened, because I can't be talking about the lawsuits without knowing what happened first. So I went and I found the article, and the Sunday World again says that the cops bombed the home in which a 6-month-old baby was sleeping. I was like, oh my God, how horrible is that? Okay, how traumatic is that? But I was like, how is a man that is still going through a divorce, and we were reading that story less than 3 months ago, already has a 6-month-old baby? But then I was like, no, and focus, okay, focus. But he has a 6-month-old baby. And that story of them getting a divorce was like a few months ago. And they had presented that story as if Bucie is the one that did not do the right things in the marriage. But he already has a 6-month-old baby. But guys, be kind. This is a very traumatized man, and you are going to find out how traumatized he is. So let's go easy on him, okay? But he does have a 6-month-old baby, okay? Now it says here, okay, rogue police officers have allegedly bombed a Johannesburg home of an ex-husband of the house music singer Bucie while his 6-month-old baby was sleeping in the bed. Listen, guys, the 6-month-old baby situation is really horrible. But guys, how many of you wish the police could go to your ex's houses and just bomb the whole thing? Okay. Listen, okay. They'll be bombing the wrong houses over here, okay? The alleged excursion carried out by the members of the Operation Vala Umgodi occurred a few months after 4 crime intelligence unit officers allegedly kidnapped him. Okay, now you're going to understand how he reacted the way that he reacted. So they kidnapped him, transferred a total of 180,000 from his 2 bank accounts. Okay, the Hawks opened a case of attempted murder and malicious damage to property against Vala Umgodi members at the Douglasdale police station. Now listen to why they decided to bomb his house. The police that are supposed to work for Vala Umgodi. Okay, is my house looking like Umgodi? I mean, really, okay? According to the police officer, who did not want to be identified because he's not allowed to speak to the media, members of the Vala Umgodi swooped on Laking Komo's gated home in Fourways and banged on the door, instructing him to open it, okay? Now, you guys, that is the most horrible thing, because that thing has happened to me. So one night, maybe like 3 in the morning even, you guys, bang, 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 bang at the door. I'm like, hey, well, who is it? It's the police. Police! You know, my kids are even too young to get into trouble. So I go and I open the door. They're like, where is your husband? I'm like, hey, go to Bucie. I'm like, he's back home. I'm like, what has this man gone and done? You know, we're looking for him. Okay, where is his home? I'm like, hey, so they're like, we're looking for him. Then they look around, and then they leave. You know, just when they're about to leave, one policeman, you know, his senses came to him, and he's like, what is your husband's name, ma'am? And I'm like, well, I tell them his name, and I'm like, huh? I tell them the name. They're like, oh, what is the surname of this home? I tell them. They look at each other. They are like, wrong house. Wrong house. Sorry, ma'am. We're supposed to go next door. So already my kids were up shaking because they're wondering what's happening. I was shaking myself because I'm like, what has this man gone and done? Okay. So I know that the situation is a very traumatizing situation. Okay. So when he refused, they allegedly used some explosives to blow open the steel door to his house, blowing it to smithereens. Okay. You know what? The Sunday World has hired new journalists because they've been talking English that I've never seen on the Sunday World, okay? Maybe they have new editors or something. They'll be adding words that I've never seen before, okay? What is the smithereens? Certain blood, Nkomo jumped out of the crib through the back window and tried to escape, but they cornered him by the main entrance of his complex, where he was attempting to escape because he believed the cops were working in cahoots with the crime intelligence unit boobies who had previously kidnapped him and extorted him. Gomo's girlfriend phoned the police and alerted them about the incident. Now, you guys, you understand why he reacted the way that he reacted, because if you had just been kidnapped and you were recovering from that, you still have PTSD from that, and then the police come and do that, of course you are going to react that way, because you're like, yeah, they are back again. 180,000 is not a small amount to be stolen from you, okay? So members of the Hawks arrived at the scene and interrogated them. Among the questions posed to them was that what were they doing there? Because their mandate is to deal with illegal mining and zamazama. Does that guy's house look like a mine? How dare you? How dare you make a mistake, okay? You are supposed to be valang the umgodi. You come and vala my house. How? Okay. So in their response, they said that they claimed that they received a tip-off that Nkomo was in possession of illegal firearm that he wanted to use to kill the police officers. But that is not your mandate, sir, okay? You are supposed to be valing the umgodi, okay? Then they produced a firearm and showed it to the Hawks and claimed that they found it inside the house and that it belonged to Lucky, okay? But Lucky denied knowing anything about the firearm, saying that the weapon was planted by the cops who wanted to set him up for a crime he did not commit. Because one thing about Lucky, he might have cheated on his wife, but he is not a criminal, okay? I said that because he has a 6-month-old baby. I said he might have, you know, because we only heard about the divorce now. And also they haven't divorced. They then produced a firearm and, okay, I've read that, okay. The cops said that the Hawks further asked the Vala Umgodi members why they brought members of the local criminal record center to the house, but they clutched at straws, okay. These are the people who clean up crime scenes. What the hell are these guys up to? Guys, do we have any hope in South Africa? These guys are supposed to be managing that whole Zamazama situation, but they are doing this. Why are you bringing the guys that clean up the crime scene? This guy must move out of that house, okay? The cops said that the Hawks further asked the Vala Umgodi members why they brought the members of the local criminal record center to the house, but they clutched at their straws. These are the people who clean up crime scenes, said the police officer. Okay, the cops said that they asked Valamkoti members if they had informed the Douglas Dale about the raid. They had not. Procedure dictates that if you conduct such raids, you need to inform the nearest police station that falls under the jurisdiction where you are going to conduct the operation. The source said that the ping pong, the Valamkoti members opened a case of possession of an illegal firearm against Komo, but the case was later withdrawn. They tried him, okay? The Hawks have opened a case of attempted and malicious damage to property against them. Thank you, Hawks. Okay, thank you. The cops said that the bombing incident comes after 4 crime intelligence unit members, McDonald, Ayanda, Fumulani, and Wisani, all constables attached to crime intelligence in Johannesburg, were arrested for kidnapping and extorting Nkomo. So he was right to panic and actually, try to run through the windows. He was right. He was trying to save his life, okay? So 2 civilians, Ramil Singh, who works for FNB, and Impoto Cyril, turned themselves in. 2 Hawks investigators later for the same alleged offenses, okay? They be involved in the stuff from the bank, okay? According to the cop, the 4 police officers who were dressed in civilian clothes kidnapped Nkomo at a nightclub in Randburg, Johannesburg, on January 30th last year. They then took him to Fairland police station, where they told him that they were investigating a case of fraud against him. They then took him to the house in 4 ways, asked him, and took his phone and transferred 180,000 rand. Okay, they then threatened him before they dropped him off in Rudaport. Like he was able to reverse the transaction of those amounts and reported the matter to the Hawks, said the cop. The 6 suspects were arrested by the Hawks and released on 3,000 rands bail each. Nkomo declined to comment, but the Sunday World learned that he was suing both FNB and SAPS for the 2 incidents, and I think Bucie must wait until the lawsuit is completed before she actually signs the divorce papers. Listen, I hope he gets all of the money that he's suing these people for, because that is very traumatic. 1, the fact that he was kidnapped, okay, allegedly some of the people from the police force were involved. Then while he is trying to heal from that, this happens in his house where his baby is, okay? That is not a nice thing, okay? So I hope that all of the millions that he will be suing them for, I hope that he gets, and I hope that Bucie only finalizes the divorce after, Listen, guys, so that is the story. I don't think there is a need for me, let me just say, to read the story that talks about how he is intending to sue the police, but let me just say. So it says here, in a notice of intention to institute legal proceedings against the South African Police Service, Nkomo's lawyers, BDK. If you hire a lawyer that they don't even have time to put their full name. It's BDK attorneys. It's serious. Said on Tuesday, May the 21st last year, at approximately 6 p.m., Nkomo went to watch Manchester United football match with his friend Christopher Jones. He had received a barrage of WhatsApp messages from unknown people, badgering him to withdraw the corruption case he had opened against the members of the crime intelligence unit who kidnapped and extorted him. Nkomo, they stated, returned to his residence in the evening, where he watched some television while his fiancée, Tsepiso Mabaso, was standing at the counter with her son. Listen, you guys, maybe the divorce is finalized. Why are they calling her a fiancée? You cannot be engaged to a married man. Given the layout of our client's apartment, the passage outside our client's apartment can be viewed from the living room through the window above the kitchen sink. Okay? So our client and his fiance noticed multiple individuals passing by, which was unusual due to the fact that there were no sounds of key doors unlocking, as is usually the case when the neighbors passed. Our client and his fiance heard the whispering outside the apartment. When our client realized that he had not locked the front door, our client jumped up from the couch to go and lock the door, reads the letter. Okay. Como said that he peeped through the peephole of the door, peephole. He peeped. But why are they saying he peeped? Okay, Wabuga through the peephole, okay? And saw two unidentified male dressed in black, dressed all in black, and suddenly gunshots went off. Nkomo immediately instructed his fiance to seek safety with his son in the bedroom. He then went out through the window. Okay, so that's how it started. Okay, so this is why he is actually planning to, he should sue, okay? He should definitely sue, you guys, okay? This sounds very traumatic. Now, you guys, listen. I hope that he gets all the money that he's suing for. There is a picture here of the damage in the house. I think part of the damage in the house, it looks really bad. So I do hope that you guys get all the money that he's suing for, because this is ridiculous. I've said before that if I was stranded somewhere at night and I was standing somewhere thinking, how do I rescue myself? And I looked on the right and there was a police car there, and I looked on the left and there was just a car, just a normal car there. I might just go this way, you know. I might just go this way with the car that I don't know who it belonged to, and I might just take my chance and go this way instead of the police, because it's even worse when a crime is committed against you by the police. At least I know it's a stranger. You know, I've been warned about stranger danger. Okay, let me go to the stranger and hope that the stranger helps me. If it doesn't, at least I can say, Dando, what are you doing going to a stranger? But if I go to the police there and then I'm violated, it's like, I'm violated by the police. They are supposed to help me. You understand? You get my... Yes, you guys. Anyway, guys, jokes aside, this is a very serious situation. It's not good that it happened to them, but I do hope that you guys, they do get some compensation for this. Of course, the trauma, they can never really remove the trauma that comes with this situation, especially with the baby in the house. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Please like it before we're gonna share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda back home.